Let me tell you why I got this bike. I saw someone do a review on it, and I was like, yo, I got to reach out to this company. Because the range, I thought those other bikes I did reviews on had a lot of range. So you see the battery on this and the seat. It's quite rigorous. So without further ado, let me open it up. We're going to be looking at the Aniioki A8 Pro Max, the 52 volt version. Now you can get this with an actual inverter, which essentially means you can hook this up to a box and then charge up. You go camping, you want to go out and about and, you know, charge a bunch of people's phones at the beach. You could do that. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could maybe charge $1 per charge, because as big as the battery is in this, yo, I don't want to ruin it because I looked up the stats before I've actually opened this box, but it's big. It's like a 60 amp hour battery. Yo, what? Let's get it. Whoa. Look at the size of that seat post, bro. You could put potatoes in here. Look at this. It's a lot like my Xbox. Wow. This is by far one of the most robust bikes I've ever seen. Taking this out, this is, I can do it. All right, get a little box here. Hey, who's been working out? Not this guy. Jay, why are you sweating so much? Why you look so tired? He's peeling a clementine. Yo. Shit. Without getting too far into this, do you see this dual suspension? And do you see the size of this seat post? Look at that weld job, bro. Look at the size of where that battery goes. Oh my God, it's got a little key fob. Wow. This is gonna be fun. Wow. You know, typically I don't like a lot of branding, but this is kind of sexy. Is this the battery? Oh my God. Wow, nice end caps, bro. Nice end caps. Aluminum. Little horn. Half twist throttle. Ooh, nice grips. Nice control. Yo. Wow. In order to take out the battery, we're going to take our lovely key fob, turn this to the left. That's going to unlock it, and then you pull this up. Holy cow. So, looking at the battery, you said that's 52 volts at 58,000 mAh, or 60,000. It's close enough to 60 to where we're going to say that's 60 amp hour battery. My God. Now, the charger, it's probably in this box. Yes. Take a look at that. 8 amp charger. So I know that they do have an option on their website for DIY or do it yourself. Whoa. And then you can actually get a 16 amp charger. 48 volts at 8 amp. So you figure 8 amp hour charger at 60 volts, you're talking about roughly 7 to 8 hours from completely dead to full. So it feels a little hollow. But there is a fan on the back of that to cool it, because that's going to be a lot of power to charge that battery. So putting the battery in, be very careful. Try not to pinch your hands. Okay, I don't know what that was. It like whistled at me to let me know that I'm in. It didn't do it again. Oh shit. When you put the battery in, it did that little whistle chirp. Now, pressing the power button does nothing. On your key fob, you have a lock. I guess that's an alert, and then an unlock. If we tap this, let you know it's unlocked. Locked. So you saw when I took the battery out, you had that little outlet. That's right there. That's how you're going to charge it. That is a serious port. You actually get a hardcover paperback manual. Would you look at that? And it's in color. pedals, headlight, screws, tools. Now, interesting enough, when you take a look at the seat, you're probably going to say, Jay, that looks ridiculous. Here's the thing. I feel like this seat is going to be extremely comfortable because when you see the shape of it, that's a seat, bro. Are we just not going to talk about the size of this tube? This aluminum that they use is pretty sexy. It reminds me of a duck bill. When we have headlights like this, there's already bolts inside of the frame. So we're just going to kind of unscrew those, put this down. Very heavy duty. The whole robustness of this bike, I can tell you without even riding it, it is 100% worth the price. I've seen bikes that are more expensive than this and feel flimsy as shit. You could always tell by the heft and the builds. And they didn't pay me for this. I'm just putting this out there. This is just me keeping it real. So apparently, I'm sweating too much. The cameraman was like, you gotta stop. You're dripping all over the camera. You're running the electronics. So we're gonna have to finish this up tomorrow. But I'm super pumped up about this A8 Pro Max. The battery on everything is so robust, but the tires are quite dainty. I feel like if the tires were bigger, I don't know. Let's just take it out. Let's see what it's like. Fill up the tires. Ready? Let's ride. Oh, this is comfortable. Oh my. This is much more comfortable than what I thought it was going to be. So pedal assist 1, here's a little bit of help. I thought it was going to be a little difficult just because of all the weight being in the center. Low center of gravity. Let's bring out the pedal assist 2. We did not mess with any of the settings. Pedal assist 3. There we go. So 16 miles per hour on our pedal assist 2. Wow. Very sensitive. Great brakes. Throttle, immediate response. Oh yeah. Stopping power too, right out of the box. Good shocks too in the back. Wow, I love the sound of that. Okay, so I feel like that could definitely go a little bit faster than 32 miles per hour. Man, I like this. Oh my goodness, I love it. Kind of reminds me of like a motorcycle. The hand grips are. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a star, man, life's like a blur. When you're working this hard, yeah, you get what you deserve. Yeah, I ain't taking a backseat, I'm passing anybody else who is rapping. I'm nasty, ain't nobody able to catch me. They gasping, they cannot compare, they can't match me. I'm at half speed, I got your girl and she laughing and dancing, hanging on my butt, she asking to crash with me, smash with me, she savage, she wants cash money, and she knows that I live lavishly. I wanna live, I'm cold inside, give all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive, one day I'll have what I want. I want the whole world in the palm of my hand, I got a plan, I'm the man, now I'm teaching the game, a veteran, better than anybody else who tests me. I'm ready, looking at my hand and it's steady, I'm trending, ascending and blending, lyrical bending, now I'm spreading and getting my name out now, yeah they hearing me laugh, all the crowds repping the sound, I'm hitting the ground, running, up and coming, ain't nothing, yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100, cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something, I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand and a full...
Ready?
Yeah. Are you all dry?
Yeah. I feel good. Come on.
Just dab a little bit.
What, man? What, dude? It's sexy to be sweaty.
Okay. There's a level of sexy sweaty.
This bitch, she's just, you know what she is? She's talking, she's saying, Jay, you know, you were fat before, you're still fat now, even though you think you lost weight. Now she's saying I sweat too much, obesely. So no matter what I do, I can't please this woman. Aniioki A8 Pro Max, here comes the fucking neighbor. Man, I love this. I love this show. Aniioki A8 Pro Max. I was actually pumped up to do this because I just got done doing another video, but yo, let's talk about this bike. The size of this battery at 60 amps is the next level ridiculous. They list it as 200-mile range is what you could get out of this. Now, before I get into that, they do make an inverter that you can attach to this bike, and this is the only time that I've ever seen it where you could go buy this bike right now, go to their website. And no, I'm not promoting it, but you can actually manufacture your own bike. You can say, I want a 52 volt, I want the inverter, I want it this color, I want it that way. Never seen that, but that bike though goes up to $4 grand. This is $2, so just a heads up. And I think where this is at is absolutely sexy. I know that there's a couple other colors, but let's just get into the specifications of this bike, shall we? Let's. You get a key fob with this. You saw that? Lock, unlock, the little electric lightning bolt. It actually has a horn somewhere on here. Like, obviously you have the horn, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's a little, like it's a little mini bullhorn, blowhorn. Blowhorn is not it. So with this, you have this horn, and then you have a lock and unlock. Now, if you lock this while this is on, what happens is it actually shuts off the hub, like shuts down the bike, and you cannot turn it back on unless you actually hit the unlock, and then now you could turn it back on. So it kind of acts as a kill switch. So you have to hit the lightning bolt after you lock or unlock it in order to be able to turn it back on. If you don't do that and you just use lock and unlock, it will do nothing. You'll be like, shit, I fried it. It's just, it comes down to this. The display on this, nice catch. The display on this reminds me so much of the Miload XT, DM, or the single. And I'm not trying to throw another bike in there because these are very different bikes. This has a 1,000-watt motor. Nothing too crazy, 1,400 watt peak. You saw the speed on that? 33 miles per hour, and I'm telling you, that wasn't everything. I feel like it would have done 35 or 40. I hope that that is accurate because, yo, what can I tell you negatively about this bike? The size of the fucking seat post. Usually I look at a seat post and I'm like, yeah, I got that girth. That's no big deal. I look at this. I feel like this handlebar. Speaking of handlebars, let's talk about these hand grips. Remind me of my old school 675 Daytona motorcycle grips with the billet aluminum on the ends. I love it. best grips I've seen. And you remember in my videos, I was like, yo, why don't they take a half twist throttle and then turn it in to where the rest is slimline? They don't have those weird palm rests. They did it. Would have been cool if it was a whole thing. So it's very, very comfortable. Front and rear brakes are in fact hydraulic, and they're DY islands. Your shifter on this is the Shimano Tourney. The suspension on this bike is interesting because on the front, you have no adjustability. It's not super soft, it's not super stiff. On the rear, you could individually adjust each shock. So maybe if you're going to work and you make more right turns than left, you want to soften up the left suspension a little bit so you feel it, you could do that with this. Are we not going to talk about the seat? Check the seat out. Big seat. Big seat comfortability. Got it. Honestly, I've done probably 30 different e-bikes on this channel, maybe 40. I can tell you that this is in my top 2 of all time. It's fast. The battery is heavy. The only thing that I would change on this bike would be the front suspension. You have great stopping power at 180 millimeter disc in the front and the back. Great stopping power too, right out of the box. The shifting is good. It is 7 gears, but again, nobody really cares about that because you're not gonna pedal this, but if you want to, you can. The branding on this is super sexy as well. Usually, I don't like over-branded things. What I like about this is when you feel it, it feels like it's laser etched, but what it is who owns motorcycles? You know when they take a decal and then they put it before they actually clear coat the motorcycle? That's what they did. They put the sticker on it and then they clear coat over it. So if you want to remove that, that ain't happening. Not today. You can, however, remove the stickers that are actually on the front suspension. When you're looking at the cargo rack on the back of this, it kind of gives the appearance that there's a seat. Now, they didn't send me the seat for this, but if there is, it probably notches in and then you push it forward to lock it down. But it is, in fact, some type of cargo if you're interested in that. And this does have that power to where you could take it through gravel, but don't go on the beach. So many people ask me, can I take this on the beach? No. Why not? Because you can't. Can you ride a regular bicycle on the beach? And I'm gonna get that smart ass in the comment. Yes, I can. Yeah, okay, bro. I wanna see you with non-paddle tires take a 10-speed bike or something this heavy. Oh, this is a beast too. This is a fat daddy. If I was an e-bike, this would be me. But if you're not gonna, you could take it on the hard sand of the beach, but also don't call up the company and say, listen, my circuitry shorted out. Why? I was riding on the beach. Yeah, no warranty. It's electronics, people. It's not Kawasaki. It's not Honda, right? It's not Hyundai. You just can't call somebody and tell them, well, you know what? I blew out my transmission. Why? Because I threw it into reverse at 80 miles per hour. Whose fucking fault is that? That's yours. And if you get a bike from me, just heads up, and you break your shit, don't call me back up in 3 months, be like, yo, I rode it into a lake. My AirPlay told me to go left and I went right. And I drove into a pond. I can't help you, right? This isn't UNICEF, I'm not a charity. Beautiful bike, 100%. Look, I was even thinking about it. I'm getting a new motorcycle because, you know, I'm going through like a midlife crisis for the past 10 years. And I said to myself, if I flip this bike, would I buy another one? 100%. And my phone agrees. Look, that's coincidental. Hello? Yeah, can you call me back in 5 minutes? I'm in the middle of filming a video right now. That was for the motorcycle. That's a sign. I thought this bike would be lethargic because of so much weight in the center. It's kind of like us as human bodies. We don't teeple-topple, even though all the weight's on the top. We kind of just stabilize ourselves. That's what the bike does. It stabilizes itself. It's fat in the middle. This screams, I'm a man. Not those little sissy bitch scooters. You ever seen that little meme where all the dudes are on the motorcycles? Men from 1973 and their Harleys and Victory wasn't out. Indians, you know, hogs, rode motorcycles, men, tough men, riding bandanas and shit, chains dangling, sparks flying everywhere. And then there's a little picture below it. And it says men of 2023, and it's a bunch of dudes with fucking fanny packs on, and they don't know whether they have a vagina or a penis, and they're on little scooters. This is the man's bike. Get it right.